it's Bree. Welcome to a Dose of Reality. Today is Monday, so you know what that means. It is Makeup Monday. If you guys have been following my Instagram or the Dose of Reality Facebook page, you guys would already know that I am going to be reviewing the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette today. And I did post some swatches last night on my Instagram, so head on over there and check out those swatches because I'm not going to swatch this again. I'm going to swatch a few colors, but not the whole palette. So if you want to see the swatches that I did last night, they're over on my Instagram, Bree51687. Go over to Instagram, check those out. They will still be there, but let's jump into the palette. I did do my eye look today with this palette. And one of my really good friends from college, this is her go-to palette. And I took her advice on what to do for my eye look. I'm not gonna lie, slightly disappointed in the way it turned out. I used China White all over the lid just to set my primer. Courtney is in the transition. Vanity is a little bit in the crease area just to give a little definition. And then this bright gold rich bitch is all over the lid. Now, I'm sure you guys can probably see the right eye, and it's not just because it is down slightly more. The right eye looks brighter than the left eye. For whatever reason, I could not get the gold to pack on as nicely on the left as I could on the right. And I sat and I packed and I packed and I packed and I packed and I just kept going back in with the color. There's so much fallout from this. It was not sticking, and I didn't want to foil it on one side and not foil it on the other and end up messing it up, and it was getting to a point where I was gonna end up being late for work. So I went my whole day with my left eye being slightly less bright and vibrant than the other one. The rest of it though turned out okay. Like the crease, the transition, all of that, like I was cool with that. It's just I wish I could have gotten the gold to look as nice as it looks in pan, and I even was okay with the way it looked on the right side. So I need to figure it out. I need to play with it a little bit more, but that part was very disappointing for me. The other thing that is disappointing for me, it is very kind of chunky with the glitter in there. Sorry, Lacey's jumping up. It's kind of chunky with the glitter in there. So like I said, there's fallout for days. So just be aware of that. I do think that China White is really good to set your primer, but there is not a lot of pigment in this shade. At least for my liking and for my skin tone and all of that. And I am certainly not that dark. So I'm not sure how well this would come across on any other skin tones, but in the swatches, you can see it, but when you take a brush to it and put it on, it's very minimal what comes across. Courtney is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. This is an amazing transition shade for my skin tone. Vanity is hard for me to blend. The rest of them blended pretty well. The gold actually blended probably too well for me, since there was so much fallout when I would go back in to blend my crease and everything to make sure there was, you know, not just a harsh stark line from the glitter to, you know, everything else. I would lose a lot of that, the color and the pigment, so I'd have to go back in and pack on more and just create more fallout. But Vanity was very, very difficult for me to blend. You don't need much of it. I would just put a very small amount in and blend and blend and blend. And it is a little bit more difficult to blend, and I don't know if it's because it is such a dark, deep color, but it is beautiful. I did last night play around a little bit with Princess and Star Power. Star Power will stain your brushes, but it does come out. It didn't stain my lid or my fingers. It looked like it initially, but as soon as you take like makeup remover to it, it comes right off. It's not going to stain after that. So, I mean, it's gonna be fine. So, I mean, so far for this, I will say, in using it, I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit more. Let me get you swatches of the colors I used. So, Do you see all that fallout that just came down? So China White is right here, and it's kind of a chunky swatch, and I lost a lot of, like, powder fell down. So that's China White. And then we can go in a little bit with Courtney. And I am going to build this up just a little bit because unfortunately my camera doesn't pick things up very well. It's not even that it needs it, it's that my camera is just horrible. So, you have that. Okay, this is where I have an issue with Vanity, is that it is a little bit patchy. And then we have Rich Bitch, which I will just, I mean, just showing it to you on the finger, you can see it's chunky. I mean, you can just see it. And then I'm not even gonna even that out. You can see the pigment falling down from it. I mean, it's fine if you go over and you smooth over it several times. It smooths over fine, but I mean, I shouldn't have to smooth it over several times just to be able to get it to look nice. Certainly good for some of them, but I mean, you can see here, like, the gold, the patchiness on this one. Courtney, I absolutely love. China White, like I said, not a whole lot of pigmentation, but it's decent. And then that's what your fingers are looking like afterwards, but you know, it's fine. So like I said, the one thing I was definitely not impressed with this palette was how dry these shadows actually felt on my eyelids. My eyelids actually felt super dry and itchy most, if not all day long. And I know that it is very, very cold and dry outside. However, I applied these the same way that I apply all of my other shadows. I put the same primer down and I applied them in the same manner. And I don't have that severe dry itching to the point where they were like stinging. At one point, and I vlogged it, I thought my eyes were actually starting to swell. That's how bad it was. So I don't know if there's something in here that my eyes are not agreeing with. I don't have super sensitive skin on my, like, around my eyes. My eyes themselves, like, if I, like, and I said this in the vlog too, if I were to go underwater in a pool and open my eyes, I would come up and they would be super red. My eyes themselves are sensitive, but like the skin of my eyelids and around my eyes is not super sensitive to that level, that I would be worried about putting glitters and things on that. I've never had an issue with eyeshadows or anything like that before. So I'm gonna keep playing with it, certainly. This is definitely a first impression. I definitely want to try to make this look that I wore today happen again in a much more cohesive from one eye to the other look, because I do think that it's worth trying again and it's worth playing with. I spent money to get this palette and I do want to keep trying it. It's not a complete bust like some palettes that I have tried before. Like I said, there is good pigmentation to some of the shadows. Some of them are a little bit patchy, but you don't need a lot to work, you know, to work them in. Some of them are a little bit tough to blend, but once you get them where you want them and once you get them blended to how you want them, they can look really, really beautiful. So you just have to put a little bit of time and effort into it, I feel like. And as long as I have the time and effort to put into it, I'm willing to do that. So this might not be my everyday go-to palette, but this might be something that if I have a couple extra minutes, I might grab it and try to play around with it. So I don't know if you guys checked out this video because you were expecting me to be gung-ho on one side or the other, but I'm kind of smack dab in the middle, right where I kind of thought I was gonna be, because I have things that I really like about it and I have things that I really don't like about it. But I have a feeling that as I play with it more, my opinion of this palette is going to change. And I don't know if it's gonna be for the better or for the worse, but stick around because you know I'm gonna update you on it. So guys, that is it for this Makeup Monday episode. And if you like this video and you would like me to do an update on it, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, never miss a dose of Breality ever again. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I am Bree51687. I would love to interact with you in those ways. Don't forget the Dose of Breality Facebook page for some more fun. And I'll be back tomorrow with a vlog for you guys. I'm actually gonna sit down and film some more videos because I got some cool stuff in the mail today. And please tell me I was not filming that whole time with my strap showing. I was, wasn't I? All right. I'm gonna go now. Have a good night, guys. Bye.